welcome to that channel. This is the 26th of February 2016. My name is Hildegard Gmeiner and welcome to Liquid Lunch. We have a very interesting show for you today, and we are beginning with the topic of Reiki, hypnotherapy and meditation. And in the world that we live in, I think you can relate to being stressed out, and sometimes there are too many thoughts and too many to-do lists to attend to. And to help you with that, we have here Silvia Lakshmi. She's a Reiki practitioner, hypnotherapist, and your focus is also on helping people relax, learning meditation. Welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today.
Thank you.
And just tell us a little bit about you, Silvia. You probably weren't born thinking, I'm going to be a hypnotherapist and a Reiki teacher. Let's share a little bit of your journey, how you came to where you are today, if you would, please.
Actually, it started when I was 16. I always read supernatural books, healing books. I would always go to the library and find something that's different. And having been raised Catholic, that wasn't really classified as a good thing. They thought I was devil worshipping or something, until they realized, no, it's about healing people, helping them mentally, emotionally, psychologically, physically, and spiritually.
Interesting, because many religions don't really believe in any life beyond the 3D, right? Or how do I understand that?
Oh, there's plenty of life after life.
Tell us about it. You were 16. Well, did you see the monster 16. In the closet? Do you hear voices? How did you discover your gift, so to speak?
I would have lucid dreams. And a lot of the things I dream about comes true. So I know there's something beyond what we see.
So prophetic dreams?
Prophetic dreams, yes. I saw some of the wars that came about, the Oklahoma City bombing I saw. And exactly the way I saw it in the dream, it was on the news, exactly the same way.
And dreams also relating to your life or the lives of people that you know?
And relating to my life as well.
Yeah.
Like I always know if I'm going to become ill or something's going to happen.
But back to, let's say, events that impact many people that you might not even be able to connect with. How do you deal with that? What brought this up in you when you were suddenly having these visionary dreams? What did that cause in you? How old were you when that happened?
16.
How do you deal with that at 16?
I just found it very fascinating. I was always intrigued. I always wanted to learn more, know more.
So it didn't frighten you, didn't scare you?
No, not at all. Not at all. You know, I've dreamt of people dying and then they pass on. It's not fun to have dreams that are negative. Of course not. You know, but that's life.
Do you ask yourself, what's the purpose? What do I have to do something now that I have these insights? Or did you feel any kind of responsibility to call somebody up and say, hey, listen, I had a dream about that? Or
no,
did
not
you
at
not
all.
see that need
No, because I knew there's nothing I could do about it.
Right.
And let's face it, if I called somebody and said there's going to be a bombing in your city, they'd ask me if I'm nuts.
You bring up a good point.
Or might think I'm involved or something, you know.
Yes.
So I just lay back. I do a lot of long distance healing. So if I see something negative, I will do a long distance healing with my Reiki gift. And there are certain symbols involved.
And did you know that already when you were 16, what to do it? You had the full picture of what to do. There was no judging of it or
nothing.
Very, very good.
It just came naturally to me. And then when I came to Canada in 1993, I said, it's time to get some diplomas under my belt. So first I studied Reiki, became a Reiki master, and then I studied clinical hypnotherapy. And what's great about clinical hypnotherapy is that you can do everything from helping people to reduce weight, quit smoking, go through trauma. My mother, for example, was terrified of lizards and elevators and things like that. So I used to give her treatments, and she got over all of those phobias that she had.
Well, there might be people listening right now who have chronic illness, may want to stop smoking. Certainly weight is an issue. What is your experience working with people on these issues? What's the underlying issue? Or give me a variety. What was your experience? What did you find out working with people doing the clinical hypnosis?
Well, first I had to work with myself to understand myself. because I too have had my share of addictions, like cigarette smoking and, weight fluctuating and lots of trauma in my life and stuff. So then once I understood myself, I was better able to understand others. They come to me and I will sit with them for as long as they want. I don't finish the session in an hour. We talk first. Everything is related back to trauma. Everything. Whether it's from childhood or sexual assault or all kinds of issues. That's why people have eating disorders. For example,
we had a conversation just last week, I think it was, when a lady was on the show, Isidora Lecker from German New Medicine, where Dr. Hammer had taken CAT scans of the brain and they talked about this so-called trauma ring, relating it back to a significant, unexpected, traumatic event.
Absolutely. And sometimes we don't even remember them.
Right, yeah.
And it really takes, the hypnosis brings it out. You don't really relive the experience. You do it like it's on a TV screen. I do it that way with people, so they're not frightened when they get put under.
So I'm sitting here watching the event in the distance. Yeah,
exactly. So you're not actually reliving it, because that's very traumatizing, of course, And then we go through whatever that person needs to go through to get over whatever happened to them.
So explain to us hypnosis. It has, some people feel it's not a good thing. Some people believe in it. How does the process work? We don't have a long time for you to lead me into hypnosis and do these things, but what is actually happening in the session when somebody comes to you? How do you get them to the place in their subconscious where they can dig out these roots that cause them to do drugs and addictions and all that?
First, I start with the physical. I tell the person to close their eyes. We go through the entire body for relaxation. Once the person is completely relaxed, I take them to a much deeper level, kind of like a staircase. I tell them they're going deeper down and deeper down to the next level. I've even done past life regression, taking them back to the last life. It works. It's very fascinating.
And so then what happens? How does the information come to the person? Is this different, or is there a specific pattern?
When a person is that relaxed, when you can get a person really deep inside of themselves, everything comes out naturally.
So the person will be speaking to you?
Speaking to me, yes,
and
absolutely.
What is it? Is it like an image, or will they hear, or will they sense or smell? Which part of the sense mechanism is involved here?
That's a good question. It depends on the person. Some people do smell things, something they remembered. Could have been when they received, 12 dozen roses or something, and they will actually smell the roses. So it could be any of the sensory, hearing things. Generally, I just get people to talk their experience. They usually see it like watching a movie.
Okay. So are they lying down?
They're lying down.
Up? They're lying down. So their body is totally relaxed. And then they will talk to you about what is projected onto the screen for them, their inner screen, so to speak. And so now they've discovered whatever it might be. Then what happens next?
After I let them finish speaking, let's say the person is suffering from an eating disorder. I will go through what caused the experience for them to have this eating disorder. A good example for me would be, because I would mainly work with women, sexual assault. So the person will go through that experience of what happened at the time, and then I will tell them that experience can no longer hurt them. It has no longer an effect on them. Hence, that removes the eating disorder. Once you go through an experience and you let it go, that's it. It's over. It doesn't bother you anymore. There's no more trauma.
Yeah, I can
It's letting go. It's letting go.
I can relate to the eating disorder. You know, I was 35 and I discovered that I have a problem with food. I don't eat enough.
Neither do I.
I'm cooking 3-course meals, 3 times a day, was looking after all these kids and husband and next door neighbor and the guests for dinner.
Oh, yeah.
And I was around the food, but I would never eat it. And when I realized what the problem was, I had to deal with the root causes.
Absolutely.
And it is abuse, and it seems to be a big issue.
It's a big
today,
issue among women, especially.
Whether it is anorexia, bulimia, or we pack on the weight to protect ourselves. I was 200 pounds at some point, with baby, mind you, but still.
Well, yeah.
So now the key element, though, to hypnosis is meditation or relaxation.
That's right.
So if somebody is a bit I don't know what this is, will they come to you first to do meditation or experience a Reiki session? You want to talk a little bit about Reiki as well?
Yes. Well, what I usually do is I do guided meditation and Reiki at the same time. Mm-hmm. And Reiki, of course, is healing, an ancient Japanese healing method by laying on of hands. The energy flows through me and comes out through my hands. As a Reiki master, however, I have Reiki flowing out of all of my pores. I could Reiki you with my feet if I wanted to. You will feel the effects immediately. The skin
I
will
just
heat
feel
up.
you have a very calm presence about you when I first met you, like
people relax very quickly with me.
You're very calm, very soothing, even if you don't say anything and you just sit there, as you did when I first met you in the hall then, right?
Yes. People are instantly relaxed when they come to me. Doesn't take much. And I've met some really stressed out people. But when they leave my house, they feel great. That's all that matters to me, that I can help somebody feel good and healthy.
And is Reiki done lying on a table?
Yes.
And you put your hands on the body?
Yep.
Or
A lot of people mistake it for massage. It has nothing to do with massage.
Okay.
It's just laying on of the hands. First I work with the front of the body, all the way down to the feet. Then I do the head, the eyes, the ears, the neck. Then afterwards they turn over on the massage table and I do the back. And I work with the back.
So do you actually physically have to touch
physically
the
have to
body?
touch.
You touch the body. Okay.
We just don't touch the certain areas,
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course,
Mm-hmm.
In Europe they do, but not here.
Oh, okay.
That's classified as abuse.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, people take that very seriously. So.
Okay, so you have somebody, you lead them through the meditation, you do the Reiki, and then do you follow it up with hypnotherapy, or are there people who just do the Reiki and the meditation, and others that come
They
specifically?
come specifically for hypnotherapy. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's different.
Okay. Where is your office? Where are you located?
I'm at by the Yorkdale Mall. I'm at Dufferin and Lawrence.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, for you personally, so you had the ability of visions.
Mm-hmm.
You were seeing things, you had premonitions. Then you became aware of Reiki, or did you immediately see you have this healing ability, or how did you become aware of this ability
I noticed that
do
I had
things?
I noticed I had this healing ability. I just didn't know what to look for. So I tried all kinds of things. First, when I was 16, I did transcendental meditation. Mm-hmm. I was a student. That was great, but wasn't quite my thing. Then when I came here, I went through the magazines, like the Vitality magazine,
right.
Those health magazines, and I saw Reiki, and it just kind of popped out at me. And I thought, So I called this Reiki master, and I asked her what it was about. Mm-hmm. And she explained it to me, because there's symbols involved. You can do long-distance healing. You can help people cross over to the other side. You can do one-on-one. You can do group healing. It's amazing.
So let's talk a little bit about the symbols, because a lot of people who study astrology, numerology, sacred geometry, all of these things say the symbol is very, very powerful.
They're Sanskrit and they are very powerful. And you can only use them if you have been initiated into the symbols by another Reiki master.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if one Reiki master, or let's do it this way, there's people who have done different healing practices. Mm-hmm. Can they still come and see you for healing, or how does that work?
Of course, absolutely.
That one doesn't exclude the other?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
So, for instance, with a premonition where something devastating is about to happen, what can you do then, long distance, to support the people in that area that might be affected?
I send long distance healing.
To the entire region?
To the entire region.
And do you somehow get feedback whether that arrived or you...
Sometimes. I'm not always sure how effective it was. Because there's so much going on in the world today. It's really hard. I'm just one practitioner. We need the whole group of people to do it at the same time.
Well, there is organizations who have online meditation and healing rooms, and there are even tests done where people were focused on a specific region on this planet or even a specific city. The details escape me right now. And then they did tests they checked in with law enforcement to see what happened to violence and crime rate. And there apparently was a significant reduction in that. So
Good.
I'm led to believe that even one person with a good attitude and loving intent can make a difference.
I
because
agree.
we're all connected in this
We're
spider web.
We're all connected.
Energy, you
yes,
know?
the collective.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So what is it that you are specifically doing with meditation? Somebody has this overactive mind, they can't sleep, they're overwhelmed, there are all these to-do lists. Give us just the first entry. What can somebody even do at home listening now to help them just to relax a little?
Well, for example, I made my own CD. So even when I'm stressed, I listen to myself on tape. I close my eyes, lay down, listen to the guided meditation, and just calm down. I get stressed myself, so I do the same thing for my clients.
Let's look at stress. It's such a buzzword. My grandparents didn't have stress. They were in First World War, but for some reason, they were very calm people.
But nowadays,
how do you define stress? There's many definitions, but what is yours if you were to give one?
Overworked, not sleeping enough, not feeling well, physical pain, mental, emotional pain. All those things are stress factors. And because, for example, for myself, I'm not in good health myself, but if it wasn't for my meditation and my hypnosis and my Reiki, my self-healing, I wouldn't be alive today. So I know it works. Yeah.
So taking time to go within.
Go within. And you tell yourself, my mind is completely relaxed. My arms are complete. You go through the whole body, right down to the toes. And back up. Takes about 40 minutes.
So you focus on your
attention
on your
within,
body.
on your body first, and then on your mind.
So how do you deal with that piece? So there are all these crazy thoughts running in your brain. How do you get all these ducks in a row, so to speak? Or do you ignore it, push it by the wayside? How do you get around that? So I'm able to, let's say, do my deep breathing. I relax the head, the shoulder, whatever, and I'm really aware how my body is feeling on the seat. Now, excuse me. Now, what's next? Excuse me.
Then you work on your mind. You have to tell yourself, I am completely relaxed. And repetition is the key to hypnotherapy and meditation. You have to repeat it over and over and over again until it sticks. Sometimes 20 minutes is enough because people are busy nowadays. They have a lot of things to do, running around. They don't have time, but everybody has 20 minutes out of their day to meditate.
Just take some time for yourself.
Just take time for yourself.
And
turn
focus.
off the TV, turn off the radio, turn off the telephone.
All the devices, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Very
and,
nice.
And nowadays people are always on the computer and too much.
Yeah, so we are driven to constantly be doing something and we neglect the being.
We neglect ourselves.
What does it mean to just be, right?
And the problem is, too, is that's when we become ill. Because we're so busy with everything else and everybody else that you're forgetting about yourself. And then it's your body's way of saying to you, hey, slow down, please. I've had enough.
So, listen, we are almost out of time here. What what is it that you have coming up? Are there any events? Do you do workshops? What can
No,
people
I mainly
come?
work one-on-one with people. I do some group meditation sometimes. I work mainly with women. So let's say 5 ladies want to come to my house and do a little meditation session with me. I do that, but I mainly work one-on-one with people.
Okay.
They feel more comfortable that way. I have made the experience.
Yeah. Well,
You know.
I mean, if you're dealing with assault issues
And a lot of
severe
people-
trauma, people might not feel comfortable sharing
No.
that in a round of 12 or 20
Not
people,
really.
you know?
Not really.
That's
And
understandable.
they're very trusting with me. You know, they feel, because I'm so calm too, and they're very relaxed, they know whatever they tell me is not going anywhere. I'm a therapist. Whatever they say to me stays. And so they really open up. They really open up to me. It's great.
Could I
it's
end on
very-
just a general question?
Yeah.
Do you see, compared to you've been doing this for a number of years now, how did you see your practice change, if at all? Is there a shift? Is there a trend that you recognize?
No, not really.
So it's pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Issues stay the same. Is not any
No, nothing.
significant variation.
Not
Okay.
really.
Okay. Great. Anything else you would like our audience to know?
Well-
Give us maybe your contact information. Are you Facebook maybe?
I'm
or-
on Facebook under
Yeah.
my name, Silvia Ziegler. And I don't have a website as of yet, just business cards and my phone number.
Okay, so Silvia Ziegler is Silvia and then Ziegler.
Yep.
And your phone number? Or
647-207-7143.
or people can email you as
They
well?
can email me anytime. Yes.
Great. So this is MA-DEVALAXMI at
At
Hotmail.
hotmail.com.
Great, Silvia. Well, thank you so very
Thank
much
you.
for
Thank you
being
for
on
having
the
me.
show today.
Thank you.
And please stay tuned. We will be right back in a couple of minutes with our next guest.